It is safe to say that today, right now, my relationship with my father is the worst it's ever been. Worse even than when I was a surly teen. Every day I'm having to deal with the consequences of decisions that he's made over the years. Consequences that he could have easily avoided if he'd listened to the advice of myself and my brothers. I can only think of his bad aspects, his selfishness, his arrogance, his willful ignorance. When I think about him, I feel anger. I feel frustration. I don't feel love. And the worst part about this whole situation is that he's been dead for over a year. Come back with me. It's October 13th, 2018. It's a Saturday around noon. My wife is helping our theater group with a play that they're about to mount, so I have the place to myself. Half a dozen guys are walking on top of my house, putting the finishing touches on a new roof. It's been 3 days of heavy footsteps and loud hammering. I've just put a load of laundry into the washer, and I'm about to treat myself to some college football. I settle down into the couch, prop my feet up on the ottoman, and my phone rings. Ugh. It's my parents. When they call out of the blue without texting, it means they want me to help solve a problem. Hello. Jack, it's Mom. Hi, Mom. What can I do for you? Your dad's sick, and he has to go to the hospital. A little context. My folks had been in failing health for many years, and this had led to several trips to the hospital. More recently, they hadn't been telling me about these trips. I would hear about them after they were home. One time, I heard about it months later, and only because they put it in the Christmas letter. This was incredibly frustrating, but they kept me in the dark, and I knew why they were doing it. Once I realized my parents were in failing health, I tried to convince them that they needed some help of some sort. Ideally, assisted living, move in before it's a necessity. Maybe bring in an in-home healthcare worker who could help. Or move closer to myself and my brother. I live in Silver Spring. My parents' house is in Charles County. On a good day, it takes an hour to get there. My parents refused to do any of these things, or would agree and then not follow through. This had led to a great deal of tension with us, and I know that they were just trying to hold control of their lives. So the fact that Mom was calling me now meant something was really, really bad. Okay, Mom, tell me what happened. Well, he was in the hall and he fell down and I couldn't pick him up, and I went to get the neighbor and he couldn't help either. So I called an ambulance. There's an ambulance here now. Okay, so what do you need? What do you need from me right now? Well, I don't know. I need to get to the hospital. I guess I can drive myself. Mom's going to take me an hour to get to you. Listen, just tell me, how is he? What's happening right now? Oh, I don't know. Do you want to talk to the police officer? Oh, no. Something's really wrong. The officer comes on and tells me I need to get down there as quickly as possible because my mother is going to need me. He can't tell me anything else. He puts Mom back on the phone. Okay, Mom, I'm jumping in the car. I'm going to call Stacy. I'm going to see if she can take you to the hospital. I'll meet you there. Okay, great, thank you. I'll see you soon. Stacy is one of my oldest and dearest friends. I have known her so long, she's such a long tenured friend, that she's one of the few people who still calls me John, despite the fact that I haven't gone by that name in nearly 30 years. She's very close to my whole family. She is effectively my sister. Thankfully, she's home, she's able to get Mom, take her to the hospital. I call my wife, let her know what I found out, and I get in the car. As I'm driving, I am actively pushing away any speculative thoughts. My only job right now is to get to the hospital. And as I take exit 7 off the Beltway, I realize I don't know which hospital I'm going to. He's had stints in both Clinton and La Plata. At the next stoplight, I text Stacy, and a moment later, she's calling. Stace, where am I headed? John, I'm so sorry. I have to do this. Your dad died. Okay? Clinton or La Plata? Clinton. All right? I'll be there in 10 minutes. I pull into the parking lot, and Stacy's there to meet me. She hugs me, leads me into the waiting room of the emergency department. I find Mom, she's sitting down. I bend down and hug her. Nobody really says anything. It's clear we're in shock. We sit there for about 20 minutes, and finally I ask, can we see him? And they say, we need to clean him up. Give us a few minutes. Finally, a nurse comes and walks us back. On our way to the room, we discuss among ourselves, and we decide we're each going to go in alone, one at a time. Mom goes in first. Stacy holds my hand very tight. Mom comes out. It's my turn. I walk into the room, and I see my father's body. He is on a hospital bed, slightly propped up. He is bare-chested, a sheet covering the rest of him. He's still intubated. Why did they leave the tube in, I wonder? I get a little closer, and I look at his face. I'm expecting blankness, maybe, signs of struggle. But instead, he looks serene, at peace. I don't know what to do. I want to touch him, feel him one last time here in this world. And this is my only chance. Years ago, Dad had decided to donate his body for scientific research. There will be no wake, no funeral. This is it. I reach out and I touch his bare shoulder. He's still warm. And I look at him. And after I've had a moment, I step back. Okay. I love you. Goodbye. It's been 15 months and 1 week since that day. I've had to clean up a lot of the mess he left behind. He didn't leave instructions. I've had to help Mom transition. Finally, late last year, she agreed to move into assisted living, and she's now in a lovely place down in Tennessee, near my brother Jeff and his family. My last job now is to put the house on the market, and that's meant going through all of their stuff that they left behind. Furniture, clothes, books, pictures. Each room has been its own emotional roller coaster. I left his office for last. We had barely been in there since he died. I was going through the papers on his desk, and I found a Father's Day card that I had given him years before any of our tension and strain had gotten into our relationship. It was a Superman-themed card. And inside I had written, when I was a kid, you were my Superman. And you still are. I wish I could say finding that card has brought me fully back to how I used to feel. I can't. Not yet. I still have a little bit more work to do. But finding that card did confirm this. After the anger and frustration finally fade, there will be love again.